Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Yo, lady. Red 80. Smooth. Here we go.
Darnold from the red zone now. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Check pass. Check pass. Young lady. 55, mark out, 55. Time to go, night. Check, 55.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this is caught at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Maurice Hurst in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
319. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check 13. Check 13. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Check 99. Check 99. Back north.
On second down now, Richard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
The Raider first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He completes it to Nelson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there.
Check 53. No chance. Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. No,
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
He's got a man complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 83 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
26. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Drop deep, drop deep. Kill, 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 kill. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
Now Rodgers under pressure again, and down he goes again. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, check 26. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, orbit.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Take it at the 37. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
49, check 49, check 49.
On the draw, Richard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Hey, exit. Check 53's Mike. Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now second and 13.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Over.
This is Richard, and an alley to run. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah McGuire, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. He's coming. We got jump in, Mike. Check.
Rodgers now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey.
Richard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And it's 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
3 down. Out, out, out. Hey, 88, what we do?
Now a handoff to Richard. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Now, here we go. Check. 50.
Now it's Rodgers. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's a give to Richard. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 23-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First down, Raiders.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
All day.
On second down, Jacobs. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that hits the right upright but goes in anyway. Oh, friendly bounce there that could have gone either way easily, but he gets it to go. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll run on first down. Whitfield. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
That's what I do.
Darnold. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. On first down, here's McGuire. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 24, Darnold. He gets it to Cooks. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
We make 10. 53. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
That's it,
The stop made by Miles Garrett. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds Beckham complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Pass.
Darnold going to give this to McGuire. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike 54. I'm coming out for touch.
They run on 2nd down with McGuire. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
My side, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Get your swerve on.
They'll keep it on the ground. Whitfield, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of